La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
Someone's happy.
Hello, everybody.
Introducing this like it's a fucking Sesame Street episode.
F is for Final Fantasy, everybody. This is today's episode.
Do you want to teach the kids to count too?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There you go.
Final Fantasy 7.
He's actually very happy about this.
Oh, I've been waiting for an excuse to play this again.
Yeah, because you've already done this. This is, I would think, to say your favorite game.
This year, I think this is my favorite release.
Well, I think like out of
which is hard to say because I loved Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal was very
Doom
good.
Eternal was a fucking that's 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
right there.
But I was gonna say, like, I think like out of every single game, Final Fantasy VII is probably in like your top 3 for favorite games of all time.
Favorite stories.
Right.
When it comes to favorite games, it's hard. You have to take gameplay into account, and I'm really not a fan of turn-based.
No one I know is, but I love it. I love turn-based stuff.
It depends on the type of turn-based. Like, I love Disgaea. I love stuff like chess.
Fuck yeah, you can call chess turn-based, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
It is. But I would never go and say, you know what,
Well,
you know what my favorite turn-based strategy is? Chess.
It's a turn-based strategy game.
It is, and I hate that you got it in my head.
Well, Disgaea is like chess. That's why I brought it up.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what this game is. I thought that was a Final Fantasy spin-off.
No.
No, that's Dissidia.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's definitely not turn-based. We're gonna be playing a new game. I'm gonna be going inverted all the way.
Are you?
No, are you fucking insane?
Wait, what's classic?
Classic is when it's like
turn-based?
It's turn-based, yeah.
I want to play classic.
Well, fuck you.
I don't get to choose because I am once again backseat gaming.
Well, it's almost been a year, so you can probably play this game
That
soon.
looks fucking... Those rocks look really pretty good.
It's beautiful.
This is quite the astounding leap in technology, I think, to say.
It's
I think I would
stunning.
be correct in saying this looks a bit better than the original 7.
Oof. I don't know about that, dude. That's a leap of faith, right? That doesn't work.
Don't worry about it. You keep at it.
Naoki Hamaguchi.
Who is he?
He's the co-director of the game.
I mean, who is he?
I think he did some stuff with Brave Exvius.
I seriously saw Toriyama and got excited.
No, Motomo Toriyama was the original writer of the original game.
Oh, there you go.
A lot of the original dudes from the original game made this.
Including the original director, but they're just parading Nomura around as a puppet man.
Yeah, no, I'm almost certain that Nomura had quite a little less to do about this.
Well, he was working on Kingdom Hearts 3 at the same time this was going on, I'm sure.
Yeah, Kitase definitely had the biggest helping hand in this game.
Because wasn't
It shows as well because the writing is very Kitase.
because the writing's good and not Nomura.
Well, it's very much like the original.
Yeah, so therefore Nomura didn't get his grubby hands on it.
Can you pass me like a TV remote?
Oh, sure.
I don't want people to be hearing all the like backup sounds from the
In case you
TV.
didn't know, guys, I kind of hate Tetsuya Nomura.
I think even Tetsuya Nomura fans can agree that he's not a particularly great director.
Like, I don't think I've liked a single game that he's released story. And I also just don't like the man very much, because he comes across as a bit of a cunt. That's my personal opinion. But also, I do absolutely love his designs, though.
He's
That's a fantastic character designer.
That's where his skills come into play a lot. Like the work he did with the original Final Fantasy VII is he made all of the characters, and they're iconic looking characters.
Yeah, then he ruined them in
Fucking
Kingdom
look at how
Hearts.
good Aerith looks.
It really genuinely does.
She's so pretty.
Wasn't there drama about like how she looked when the first trailer came out or something?
Yeah, the Japanese audience said that she looked too old and too Western.
She
That's
looks fine to me.
kind of the point though, because she's supposed to be from a different land.
I like how she looks. I like how everything looks in this. This looks better than Advent Children.
We've gotten that far.
Well, this looks better than the movie.
Well, the fact that this game looks as good as it does, and
The hair, Jesus.
I know, it's so beautiful. This game runs really well as well. Like, I remember the first time I played through this, I never noticed any, like, hiccups.
really incredible, like, little opening there.
I love it. They extended the opening.
Isn't there like a moment in this where it never feels like the opening is finished, but it's just like, oh, you're in gameplay now.
Yeah.
It's just like the quality is almost exactly the same somehow.
Yeah.
I love that the world of Final Fantasy VII has such like fantastic designs to it, and I'm so happy they kept it.
Yeah. When it comes to worlds in the Final Fantasy mythos, I think 7's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I probably agree.
The kind of pseudo cyber diesel punk kind of aesthetic.
Diesel punk is an underrated genre of like aesthetics. More people need to use it.
Definitely.
Because I'm all for steampunk, but just look at shit like this. This is phenomenal.
It's the boy!
It's him. It's Mr. Strife. His last name is Strife.
Dude, his first name is Cloud, dude.
This is like...
This is by far...
It's unapologetically a B movie game.
I was going to say this is by far the edgiest Final Fantasy.
13 exists.
13 exists.
But that was also a Nomura product, wasn't it?
He didn't direct it.
Did he not?
No.
I thought Nomura had heavy influences in 13.
No, he still designed everything, though.
Right.
The Jessie.
The best girl.
The Biggs. The Wedge!
Nah, Tifa's best girl.
Are you a Tifa guy?
I like Tifa. Tifa is top tier.
I think I'm an Aerith guy.
I like Aerith. I like all the characters in this. I don't think there's a single character I've been like, that's a shit character. I like my complete, like, way too into environmentally saving the world giant Mr. T man.
I adore Barrett.
The massive speaking piece. We're playing the game, like, holy shit. Can you point, like, is there a point of transition in here where it stops becoming cutscene? Or was that, like, all, like...
Yeah, like, the opening was pre-rendered. But, like, yeah, there's barely a difference. But, like, yeah, when it was, like, zooming in and going through the fog...
Yeah.
Like, there was a cut there.
Okay.
And that's when it turned into gameplay, but it was really seamless.
It's like trying to figure out where the cut is in, like, Birdman or something.
Yeah.
That's something I always like. I like that the helmets for the Shinra soldiers has been realized, because I love how goofy they look, how fantastic they look, but there's never been like a proper game that's been like, this is what they would look in a high quality environment. I love their armor. I also love how like almost everyone is wearing a sweater. This is just sweater the aesthetic, which is where I can see almost all of your characters got their aesthetic choices from.
Wow, do you think a lot of my designs came like
7 easily?
From... Really?
Yeah, because look at the amount of characters you have that wear like the Cloud sweater.
I do like giving characters turtlenecks.
Yeah.
And Cloud's wearing like a vested turtleneck.
I mean, like, even if there's a character that's going to be showing up in UV that looks like she's wearing the Jessie's armor.
Yeah, I do like. Will we have? Well, we will have probably announced UV by.
I mean, you can just show the design anyway. It's not like it's a spoiler or anything.
Yeah, Erica's great. I like looking around this area because there's a bunch of like little nods. Okay, yeah, I know how to play the fucking game. You.
Mineral water. Hair tonic, elegant.
Hair tonics. Where's the where's the crisis core? Banora White.
That's a crisis core.
It's a crisis core reference.
Good.
Genesis.
I know what happens in this game, and I guess I don't think anyone's watching this.
Genesis invented apple juice in this world.
I don't think anyone cares about spoilers in this video that we're doing. But like later on in this game, this is the twist is this is not a remake. This is like a retelling.
Almost. It's a remake in a different term. Like it's literally a remake of the timeline.
Yeah, like it starts similar, but we're going in a completely different direction by the end.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back Genesis.
No,
put him back in.
No,
I love him.
I can't say I agree with you there.
No, but he's amazing. He's the rock star.
Okay, yeah. Well, sure. He's amazing in the weirdest sense, though. Because by far, he is the weakest part of Crisis Core. He is so shittily written.
Yeah, but I love him.
The first third of Crisis Core is I would say a bad experience. Like, I love Crisis Core. I think Crisis Core is a fucking fantastic game, but the first third, where you have to go on to, like, track down Genesis and explain Genesis and his relationship with everyone else, I don't care how fucking this fucking pansy-ass poetic piece of shit.
I love that he is just a trope.
Yeah.
He's not like Sephiroth where there's like some deep sadness about him. He's trying to have that deep sadness, but in the most surface level way. And he thinks he's a genius and like so deep, but he's not. He's a 12-year-old emo. And I love him for it.
This game actually does kind of,
Unlike the rest of
explains why Genesis and other soldiers act the way they do, though.
Oh yeah? Their brains are just fucked up.
Yeah, because of their Mako infusion, Mako really fucks with the brain and can straight up just change people's personalities.
Oh yeah?
So I think that was that's this game's attempt on explaining why Genesis acts the way he does.
I love him though. Don't you love this prissy pansy boy reading like plays to Sephiroth? And even Sephiroth is just like, you won't shut up about this.
But you know what I think?
I love it. I love it in the same way that I like Roche in this game.
That he's just a cartoon character.
That like he's just there to be cool.
Yeah, I'm not saying like bringing back him and making him like a major player or a major character. Like I know in this point like there's some time travel stuff involved. Have just like a mini fight with Genesis or something that Sephiroth has brought back or something.
Sure.
Bring back like the team from Crisis Core. Bring back Angeal and Genesis and stuff like that.
Angeal was a weird one.
I liked Angeal.
I love Angeal and his story.
There it is. There's the poster.
It's so fucking good.
We also missed Thirsty Jessie.
Yeah.
Was Jessie always this thirsty?
Yeah, but she was also not in the game that much.
She wasn't really important, and I do believe this game has actually done stuff to try and like give more character to these rebels. Is it rebels? No.
Looks like you're next.
Yeah.
So combat good in this game as well.
Combat's great. Final Fantasy 16 has just been announced, and the combat director for 16 is the exact same combat director for DMC5,
Which is a phenomenal game.
which means that like no matter how bad the story is of 16, we know the gameplay is going to be phenomenal.
It's going to be giving me such like actual whiplash that that they're trying to make it look like so much more of a grounded fantasy look. But they're going to be doing... There's going to be someone doing a backflip with a sword 500 times if it's DMC directing it.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking cool. That's going to be cool for the sake of cool, that.
Good. I always liked Cloud's stupid little shoulder plate with bolts in it for no reason.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be.
That's such a... I love the design. He's such like an iconic design. That sword is ridiculous.
But also iconic.
He's got a little green materia in there, and you actually see like the materia change, don't you, in this game?
Yeah, that's little details like that I fucking love. It's beautiful.
This way.
All right, Biggs, I'm gonna come with you.
Have you got a favorite
Not so fast. We've
little
got
character
company.
from this group?
Oh,
forget the name.
Jesse all the way. Avalanche.
Yes, Avalanche. I'm not. I've played 7 before, but I forget a lot of it. I'm not well versed.
Dogs are sturdy.
You can lower the difficulty. No, increase.
Increase.
Increase the difficulty.
Increase the difficulty.
That would, yeah, increase would imply there was just a crease, wouldn't it?
Decrease.
Yeah.
Iron out the difficulty.
There has to be a crease difficulty. Like a medium. I love the skinny little like skeleton man holding the biggest sword just probably
the
exists.
slab of metal that he uses as a weapon.
I still love watching Cloud fight with it, knowing everything about that sword from Angeal. Like,
yeah, that sword has more of a history than any character in this fucking game.
I love that Angeal is just like, I'm never gonna fight with this sword properly. I always use like the blunt end or like the scabbard or whatever it was. He never actually tries to fight with that sword. It's always for show.
Well, Angeal straight up never uses it. Like, just never uses it. And when Zack uses it, he's like, I use the blunt side.
And then it's just Cloud beating it against the door.
But I hear they make good guard dogs.
Cloud gives up on it. Cloud just leaves it.
It rusts.
He just leaves it in the fucking desert to say, like, hey, I'm done with this shit.
You won't need Mako anymore. You can just power the entire planet with Angeal spinning in his grave.
Damn scared to bite the hand that fed him.
I love Barrett's speeches.
Is he a loyal little doggy?
He's a cartoon person. I love him.
He's like, he starts off as such an awful stereotype at first, but like, he becomes one of the most heartfelt, one of the most lovable characters in the entire entourage.
He has a daughter that he loves.
He does more than that. He has like an entire backstory that we get to learn. Not in this game though.
I want to know at what point did the hand come off and the gun go on, or is there a hand actually secretly inside there?
That gets explained in the original game.
Ah, okay.
And I hope that they go into it in the second game.
Who's there? Door!
Door. Get the door.
We'll wait. It's
Facial animations are fucking stunning. Aren't they?
I like it a lot. I like that we've got like almost realistic graphics going on, but Cloud's hair looks like the most ridiculous thing ever. How long was this game in development for? Was it 5 years?
5 years maybe. Technically, it was in development for 2 years.
Like it was announced 5 years back.
Yeah, but and
Cut it out.
I don't remember who was doing the original game. It wasn't Square Enix because they were doing the development out of house.
No one else at command will talk to us.
But then whoever they were getting to do it wasn't doing it right, and Square was like, "Fuck it, you don't know how to make a Final Fantasy game."
Careful in there.
Not as if we know how to do much better, but they literally scrapped everything. They scrapped absolutely everything and just started over. So 2 years. 2 years of development from that point on.
Amazing. I remember when they just like had nothing to show, but they're like, here's a render of Cloud and Sephiroth.
Here's a poster for you after 2 years of waiting. So next episode of ONAMI, we're going to continue raiding this reactor.
Yes, we'll do that.
Oh, you're so good at ending episodes.